Hi everyone, welcome back to GRIF-FINds. This is a bit different. I'm here at home, not out at the field, and today, through multiple requests, we're going to go through my MINELAB Manticore settings and show you all of my settings and why I use them and who it's based off of, etc, etc. I'll get more into that later in the video. So for now, let's have a look. Alright, so here are my MINELAB Manticore settings. So quick notice, I've dropped the sensitivity because there's iron around here. I don't want it to keep chattering. Also, my microphone has sadly broken, so I apologise if you can hear any background noise, like birds chattering quite vividly, also dogs barking, cars zooming past, and of course the motorbikes. But let's give a show of my settings, or what I would use or what I wouldn't use on certain land. So obviously I would change sensitivity when I get in the field. If it's very chattery field, very mineralised field, and notch it down a bit. And if it's the opposite, up, and likewise. Also, I use the horseshoe on because I want to hear the iron. This is just a preference. I would recommend to beginners though, this is how I started off. I started off without using the horseshoe, and then as I got to learn the machine a bit more, I put the horseshoe on so I can hear the iron now. So let's get stuck in. I'm going to go down to all the way to the bottom. So, volume, completely personal preference. I like to have about 19. All-terrain general. This is the main search mode and the program that I use 24/7 all the time. I think I've only ever switched to the fast once or twice, and again I think it's a good machine, but I always good mode. But I always like to use the all-terrain general as sort of an old faithful. It just, yeah, I use it all the time and I really enjoy using it. Noise cancel, again, I always recommend that you should go and noise cancel on every single field, or every time you hear a bit of chatter, maybe from someone else's machine if you're at a group dig. Noise cancelling is a very must whenever you change fields or something like that. Quickly, I also want to mention this program, or my settings here, they're not really mine. I just put them on the machine and it just works. These settings have been tweaked by Luke Van Assche from the MINELAB Detexperts, who actually helped build this machine, and also the amazing Dan from Digger Dan Metal Detecting. Both of them have Facebook groups, Facebook pages, so I'll put links in the description now, and also I put Digger Dan's logo here, and I put Luke Van Assche's logo up here as well. Luke Van Assche is amazing, and they both helped me create this machine with their programs, with the Life is Simple program up on this too. Done noise cancel. Ground balance, always keep it at 0. Again, you can watch this video on this that Luke Van Assche has done on why to keep ground balance at 0. But basically, it's just to stop you from missing and filtering those targets out that you should be digging. Keeping it at 0 is very trustworthy and faithful that you aren't missing anything, instead of actually overdoing it and then missing loads of stuff. Recovery speed. This is the one. You can either swing really fast, which the Manticore can take. The Manticore does like swinging fast. In fact, I think it does better when you swing fast. But obviously, this is dependent on the recovery speed. Swinging fast, going fast, high recovery speed. Swinging slow, low recovery speed. You recover those targets more, and it's quicker to find those targets and ping them back out to you. But yeah, I usually stand at 5. And maybe 4 as well. Discrimination pattern. So this is pretty much what I've got. I've literally notched it out just a 4. Just a 4. So everything else below 4 is notched out. The reason why, because of this, is because most of the time when I'm in a field, or in Derbyshire specifically, I am finding signals like 1, 2, 3, and 4 are most always pieces of coke, pieces of slag. If you don't know what they are, it's like a stone or a piece of brick sort of thing that's mineralized and that is metal almost, and it picks up, it does give a signal. Yeah, and so I find that quite a lot, and I find that they always come in the Manticore to 1 to 4, never ever any other numbers. So I've notched those out, and that's completely personal preference too. I also tend to use all metal sometimes when I'm in different areas too. Yeah, so this is my custom program. I'm just going to take a photograph now of that screen, right? And I'm just going to go across and just show you what they each are. That way it's a little bit simpler and easier for you guys if you want to replicate this. Again, this was helped be created by the awesome Digger Dan and Luke Van Assche, particularly Luke Van Asche's Life is Simple program. And this has just helped me so much, and I can really tell a difference when you've got this kind of program on to the factory sort of one. But yeah, this is factory settings, been improved by the Luke Van Assche and the awesome Digger Dan as well. So yeah, you can copy these as well at your own leisure. Just slow down the video. Ferrous volumes. I tend to use 3 or 4 ferrous volumes, just so it doesn't overload my ears when I'm out metal detecting by loads of iron tones and iron volumes. Keeping it 3 for me is an easy mix between iron, and then you get the really nice pinging signals for something nice, and that should be a digger. Ferrous pitch, keep it at 1, kind of simple. The stabilizer is really handy. I recommend using it. Even if it's at 1 or 2, it's still really a big need in a field, because you get those those signal falsing signals all the time, and this cuts them out. Really important. And also I find it's a massive difference between having it off and having a couple of stabilizer up. But again, Luke Van Assche does a video on this on his Facebook page. I'll put their logos up, which I've already done. Please go and check them out. They are fantastic and very much more knowledgeable than me. 5 regional tones. I've always been a big sort of keeper on hearing lots of tones. Here are my tones now. You can slow down the video. I'll go frame by frame if you wanted to, but I'm just going to slowly just go up and across. If you want to copy them, it's completely up to you, but these are just my personal preference in the tones. I also find that I've been using these tones for a while, so I know how they sound. But it's completely go off what you know and what you prefer, not say me or someone else. It's completely your preference. So yeah, also I stay at the normal theme. I tend to do this quite a bit, and I have always been it. I've never really used the enhanced or the depth, and this gets me on to the prospecting. I actually really enjoy using this when you're on a quiet field that you've done to death and you don't find many signals and you want to just go slowly across the field. Prospecting, it picks out tones. If you're getting a quiet reading on this, and then you hear a wah, wah, a scream, you know you've got a signal to dig. And it's not falsing, it's not iron, you know you've got a proper one, which is why I like prospecting, because it jumps out at you. It's really good, and it's almost trustworthy. I trust it to find stuff, and I've used it at multiple digs. I think I used it at East England dig a couple of weeks ago, and when I actually found my Saxon buckle, or my Anglo-Scandinavian buckle, this is what I was using to find it, and so I really like using this. But again, the norm is the normal program, the normal theme. That's the one I stay at usually, almost indefinitely. I use this. I think that's about it. I can show you the general settings as well. Obviously, English, vibration off, the lighting. Now, the key with this is the battery. I usually go either this lighting now, or I go 1 under and I go this. This, although it doesn't seem like it, has a massive impact on the battery. It lasts so much longer when you've got lower brightness, especially with the keypad, the flashlight as well. When you have those off or slowed or turned down, it lasts so much longer, easily 8-9 hours, which is anyway, I usually go out on the weekend for about 4 hours. So to spend 8-9 hours maybe on a group dig is just phenomenal. And as well, you can also get the battery pack, the Power X, the Power Knox, to go under this and connect to this. I know Digger Dan has one, and he enjoys using it as well. Lighting sorted, soft keys, don't need too much about that. Ferrous indication, just the line at the bottom. And that there is pretty much it. So let me know on your thoughts of the my Manticore settings. I won't say they're really mine. It's basically just a standard factory set machine that I've then used, or that Luke Van Assche and the amazing Digger Dan has helped me set up. And I've just been using that for the most of the time, the majority of where I go, and then I sort of tweak the settings to the field. So I'll then tweak the sensitivity, I'll then tweak the noise cancel, recovery speed, and if I'm finding different numbers, I can notch out some stuff. And then I will also use the stabilizer and change the stabilizer depending on where I am. And if it's a really irony field, I would notch down the ferrous volume. Again, this is my settings, my personal preference. If you are worried about anything, if you're questioning anything, let me know in the comments down below. I'll always get back to them. Like I said, I use these settings weekly, and I just like tweak them to the field's needs, if it's so. If you've got any questions about these settings or any questions on the Manticore, don't hesitate to ask. If they're really advanced questions, I really recommend going to Luke van Assche. Again, he is the MINELAB expert, an expert of all MINELAB Manticores. Even helped design this. He's on Facebook and he's on YouTube now. And you've also got Diggerdan, who is an amazing MINELAB Manticore expert. And he's got a Facebook page, Facebook group. I'll put his logo up there now. And those guys are just amazing with the Manticore as well. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have understood this and enjoyed the sort of settings video. A lot of people have been asking for it, so I just thought I'd do one. These are just my settings and I enjoy using them the most. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next.